All right. Hello, everyone. Today's guest is Abi Kidadi, a senior relationship manager and the head of customer experience at Silver Bullion. He's also a shareholder of Silver Bullion. Abi, welcome. Thanks a lot for taking the time to join us today.
Hello. Good morning to you and good afternoon to Mia. Thank you for having me. Pleasure to be here. And yeah, I'm excited to share with you a lot more about Silver Bullion Group.
Wonderful. Well, just a quick background on our meeting today. Silver Bullion is one of the most reputed precious metal dealers in Singapore and vault service providers. It is exclusively focused on Singapore, which is going to be the topic of our conversation later on. There are a number of Mavericks members who have successfully used Silver Bullion services over the years, and they have warmly recommended Silver Bullion. Andrew Ford, the co-founder of Mavericks, is one of them. And for that reason, Silver Bullion is now a Mavericks strategic collaborator, and hence the meeting today. So the plan is that Abi will offer a bit of an overview of Silver Bullion, the services, value proposition, and the offering quickly, and then we'll have a Q&A. For those people who joined us live, I see some people are on audio only. Just feel free to post your questions on public chat if you have any, and we'll go through them after the presentation. Okay, I guess we can start with your presentation, Abi.
Sure.
Let's try and load it on the screen. We did the test, so it should work.
As you mentioned, Abi, I work with Silver Bullion Group already a little bit more than 5 years. I'm more than a decade in Singapore, and I'm from Germany. And yeah, I will present you now a little bit about Silver Bullion Group and what is our philosophy. So to share with you, Silver Bullion Group was incorporated in 2009 in Singapore. So we are headquartered in Singapore. Our main business is primarily precious metals. We buy, sell precious metals. We also offer storage solution for precious metals and strategic metals. Since we also are offering the whole ownership of precious metals and you are the owner of physical precious metals, you can also participate with us in our P2P platform. Our P2P platform is a loan platform where borrowers can use their own physical metals to collateralize them and get liquidity instead of selling their metals. And we offer also API, which is Star Grams, as art of savings account. So Silver Bullion is regulated in Singapore, and we are under the regulation of Ministry of Law. We are also a LBMA member, the first LBMA member in Southeast Asia. And of course, we are also SBMA member, Singapore Bullion Market Association. So here you can see our philosophy. I'm sharing with you the screen. There you can see this is that Silver Bullion Group is vertically integrated. That means under Silver Bullion Group, we have 3 main companies, which is firstly Silver Bullion, the liquidity provider and the precious metal dealer. And then secondly, we have our own vault operator, which is the safe house. That means we don't outsource vault operation. It's all in-house. It's our subsidiary. Silver Bullion owns the company, the safe house, and they are our operator, and they operate primarily for Silver Bullion. Then the safe house and Silver Bullion are located in our own building, which is called the Reserve. So we are also owner of the building. That means there is no other third party. We don't have a landlord involved. And we are only operating in Singapore. So this shows already that our main focus is systemic wealth protection. And if you want to maximize systemic wealth protection, you need to minimize counterparty risk or eliminate counterparty risk as much as possible. Usually, if you know a precious metal dealer, if you buy from a precious metal dealer, gold or silver, he will offer you that he can store the bullion for you. but in 90% of the cases, he's not able to store them for you. He will outsource it. He will outsource it to a third party, and this third party is a vault operator which will store it on behalf of the precious metal dealer. So it will not be stored on behalf of you. No, it will be stored on behalf of the precious metal dealer. And in this case, you have already two counterparties. And then this vault operator, in most cases, is only a tenant. That means he just leases a warehouse with a landlord. And so you have already a third party, and this is already the third counterparty, the landlord. And in most cases, these three counterparties, they operate in multiple countries. So you can see the risk is way higher. And this is Silver Bullion minimized all. The only counterparty risk which you have is Silver Bullion Group and Singapore. And we purposely have chosen Singapore as the only jurisdiction. So because we are offering this, we are able to also offer a P2P lending system. It's a loan system. So in this loan system, we are the platform. We are the platform provider. We enable possibilities for borrowers and for lenders. That means if you are a Silver Bullion customer and you have a Star Storage account, you can easily borrow against your metals which are stored with us. That means you store, for example, $100,000 worth of gold with us. You can borrow up to $62,500 against your metals. So instead of selling your metals, you can just liquidate and borrow against them. And you will still have the gain, or your metals can still appreciate, but you gain on liquidity, and you can invest it for either buying more metals or other investment solutions which you planned. And the good thing is you can also just become a lender. Even if you don't hold bullion with us, you could be just a lender. And the good thing is, you know that you are as a lender very safe, because you know that if you lend to a customer of Silver Bullion, the customer will definitely store with Silver Bullion, and this bullion will be locked for the period of the loan contract and will be only unlocked if the borrower pays back the full loan amount plus interest. So here we see our main vault, main silver vault. On the right, you can see the picture of this is our main silver vault. This door, for example, weighs 2.5 tons. And you can see here the chief executive officer of Hong Kong, he was talking even about the reserve. He mentioned the reserve in his last policy address, 2024. And he mentioned that Hong Kong needs to keep up with Singapore. And I think they didn't even know that the reserve is a private company and it's not a government initiative. So from here you can see the outside facade of the reserve. This is our building, and you can see it's cladded with onyx. And in the Silver Bullion Group, we are independently infrastructure, and we provide protection against systemic crisis. So we have 15 class 2 vaults. Class 2 vaults, these are, in each class 2 vault you can store between 25 to 60 tons of gold, and we enable for institutional collateralization, that they can use the stored bullion, if it's silver or gold or even strategic metals, that they can be used for collateralization and they can get liquidity. Here, this is our gold vault. This is Silver Bullion's gold vault, and this is our Star Gold vault. You can see over here 2 gold bars which are stored in a safe deposit box, and this is how we store for our customers in Star Storage. And the safe house is of course under control. The safe house store for us. We are in this moment the customer of the safe house, and Mavericks members, they would store with Silver Bullion under the STAR storage account. Just to explain, STAR is the acronym and which stands for secured, tax-free, allocated, and reserved. And you can see all these safe deposit boxes. There would be also Mavericks members where they store their gold bullion. So of course we have also the possibility to rent out private vaults. We can rent out private vaults to financial institution, high net worth individuals. We have family offices, rich individuals who like to use Singapore as a safe haven, and they rent a whole vault. We have, as I mentioned before, 15 of these vaults available, and we still have capacities. We have at the moment in phase 1 a capacity of 500 tons for gold. In phase 2, if we need to expand, we could expand at level 2 for another 1,200 tons. So we would have a total capacity for gold alone 1,700 tons. For silver, we have a capacity at the moment of 10,000 tons. 10,000 tons, just to visualize it, is 32% of global production of silver. And so you can see even our insurance, which is covered by Lloyd's of London, covers a one-time loss of $1.5 billion. And in this insurance policy, it covers even infidelity of employees and even mysterious disappearance. That means if you cannot even explain how the metals went lost, this can happen alone if we, for example, we have a delivery and we deliver bullions. We received the delivery and it was expected to receive 1,000 coins. And there was a human error and it was counted and it was only 990, but it was counted and the officer signed and agreed that we received 1,000 coins. So we would store them, of course, this way. And if we get within the year's audit and we will find out, no, this are not 1,000 coins, only 990 coins. After a few years, it would be almost impossible to trace how this happened. And this would be a case of mysterious disappearance. So there you can see that mysterious disappearance is a very, very important feature in an insurance policy. So here you can see our silver storage capacity, and this is our silver vault with the racks. Our racks can stack silver up to 12-meter high. And as I mentioned before, we have 10,000 tons of capacity at the moment, and we could even expand in phase 2 to another 5,000 tons. So mainly we store only silver in this silver vault, but we are planning also to store strategic metals, rare earth metals like germanium, indium, and so on. So here we are at level 4, and this is our bullion alley at level 4, so where customers can come, visit us, and collect even their bullion if they are storing them, for example, in their own safe deposit boxes, or if they take them home and store them at home. Especially in Singapore, we have a lot of customers who store their bullion at home because Singapore is a very safe country. We offer, of course, only direct ownership. You are the all-time owner of physical metals with silver bullion, and we always sell and buy investment-grade precious metals, which are GST exempted in Singapore. So that means there is no GST on LBMA certified bullions, bars, and coins. And we also offer, if you are bringing your own items and want to store them with us, we offer DAX testing. This is non-destructive testing. This non-destructive testing we offer to all our clients when they are storing with us. And this way, we will guarantee that all bullion which are stored with us, that they are genuine. And since we guarantee that they are genuine, we will guarantee also a buyback to all bullions which are stored with us. Here's another picture from the outside of our reserve, and you can see the main entrance. So this is an onyx facade. The onyx facade is it's like a sandwich layer which will be used also for installation. So it is a layer of 1 centimeter glass, then 5 millimeter of onyx, and then again 1 centimeter of glass. So it's also insulation, and we can save energy with it because it keeps the building inside cool. And over here, another picture you can see on the right. You can see a colleague. He is picking up a pallet from 12-meter height, and he's getting it down, which weighs around 400 kg. This is a silver pallet. So the safe house is a subsidiary of Silver Bullion, as I mentioned already, and they are focused only on precious metal storing solutions. You can be also a direct customer with the safe house if you have the means and bigger quantities to store. So you could be also a direct customer of the safe house. As I mentioned before, the safe house offers for us the DUX testing, density ultrasound X-ray testing, and conductivity or magnetism. With our insurance, which even covers mysterious disappearance, infidelity of employees. And we do also offer vault consultancy services. We offered already in a few countries vault consultancy services. And without to name any countries, they are impressed with our vaulting solutions, how we built this system, and how the inspectorate of Lloyd's of London are even impressed with our system that can offer us this feature, mysterious disappearance. So here again a summary. You can see on the right picture again, you see a lady over there. This lady is a real picture, and you can see just that you can visualize the main entrance. And here just a summary of why you should store precious metals with us. Because if you are storing precious metals with us, first, you are always direct owner of specific metals. As soon you buy from us precious metals, you will get from us an invoice. And this invoice will state that you are the unquestioned owner of, for example, a 1 kilogram Heraeus gold bar with the serial number 12345. And this shows already and is evident enough in Singapore under international law that you are the owner of a specific bar, of a specific bullion, which we are at that moment only the agent who is storing it on your behalf. And as mentioned before, also insurance eliminates physical loss risk, including third-party theft, infidelity, and mysterious disappearance. We guarantee all the bullion which are stored with us that are genuine, and we guarantee a buyback. And we offer exclusive Singapore jurisdiction. That means we store only in Singapore. The only jurisdiction to which we operate and where we can counter is Singapore. That means we will, even if the US or Germany would confiscate gold again, we don't need to oblige to German jurisdiction or US jurisdiction, and we follow only Singapore jurisdiction. So Singapore is our plan A and plan B. And lastly, we offer the peer-to-peer system, which our customers don't need to sell their bullion and can use their bullion to borrow against them. Either if it's silver or if it's gold or platinum, you can use them all the time and borrow against your bullions instead of selling. And at the same time, you can also, if you want to earn some interest, you can become a lender. You can lend funds to a customer who is storing with us, which makes you as a lender all time safe. So you can lend funds if you have USD, Singapore dollar, or euro. You can lend it all time to our customers, and you are safe. And you will definitely get your money back. We never had a default in the last 10 years. So here I'm showing you our settle of payments. We have different settle of payments. As you can see, we have you can pay in 9 different currencies, so you can settle your orders in 9 different fiat currencies, which are the major currencies. For example, USD, Euro, Singapore dollar, Canadian dollar, and Swiss franc. But you can also use cryptocurrencies to pay for your bullion. The same way, vice versa, you can use your bullion and sell your bullion for cryptocurrencies back to us. And these are the main cryptocurrencies which we are using, which is Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, then Ethereum and USDT. And here, just exclusive perk for Maverick members. So if you are a paying member of Mavericks, then we are happy to give you a discounted storage rate. As you can see, a normal customer usually has a storage rate of 70 basis points for silver, 35 basis points for gold, and 45 basis points for platinum. For Mavericks members, we give a slight discount, so you are getting a discount of 15%, and you are storing already for 60 basis points for silver, 30 basis points for gold, and 40 basis points for platinum. And nevertheless, you also get a tier discount. Most of our customers, usually when they open an account, they start with tier 1 pricing. But if you are a paying member of Mavericks, you can start immediately with tier 3 pricing. And that means you are getting already 3,000 points from us, and you can immediately start to purchase bullion. It doesn't matter if it's gold, silver, or platinum, you will purchase them already discounted. And then, yeah, please, if you have any questions and you want to get in contact with us, our customer support is all time available. Please send us an email. You can also call us. We are Monday to Friday available from 7 a.m. until the next day, 2 a.m. So that means we are from 7 a.m. until 4 a.m. next morning, Monday to Friday, and Saturday from 7 a.m. to 2 a.m. So weekdays available for 21 hours, and Saturday we are available for 19 hours. Yeah, that's it about Silver Bullion Group, and yeah, I hope now we can talk a little bit and answer some questions.
Wonderful. Thanks a lot, Abi. That was a great overview of Silver Bullion.
Thank you.
Well, I've noted a few questions. If anyone joining here live has any questions, just feel free to post them on the public chat, and I'll go through them. We quickly touched last time that when we discussed offline about jurisdiction safety. Of course, Singapore is one of the premier safe havens today, particularly for precious metals. So no point in discussing necessarily why Singapore, but perhaps it's good to discuss your perspective in choosing only Singapore as a key jurisdiction relative to the other safe havens well known, like Switzerland, Dubai, Cayman Islands. And how do you and the current shareholders see Singapore relative to the other safe havens?
Yes, you mentioned other safe havens and strategic gold hubs, and I agree with you as well. But we see it a little bit different. I wouldn't say that Switzerland is not a good place to store gold. Same like Cayman Islands or even Hong Kong is still a good place to store gold. It's a financial hub, and yeah, people are still storing there. But we see it a bit different. We didn't want to have too much counterparty risk when it comes to jurisdiction. We wanted to choose only one jurisdiction. We want to be obliged to only one jurisdiction. And we think that Singapore might be the most suitable candidate. The reason we think if a country or if there is a country which wouldn't confiscate gold or silver, then in our case, it is Singapore. I don't believe that Singapore would ever confiscate gold. Yes, even if we think, Switzerland might also not confiscate gold, but Switzerland is in, in the grips of the US and the European Union. And this is, of course, it might be that Switzerland need to pass new policies, and I think even if the US would make pressure or Germany would make pressure if they confiscate gold, that US or German customers need to surrender their gold. We have the vault operators. There are mostly US vault operators, or the vault operators which we know all. They are from Israel, they are from Sweden, and they are from the US. So these three vault operators, they have, of course, to oblige with their mother country. And if US, Israel, or Sweden would say, you need to bring me the items, I think they would have to bring the items. And the case is, even if the US wouldn't do it, but brings a storing, as we know, in 150 countries, if Germany would say it, they have to oblige, or if the European Union would say it. And I don't think that Singapore would ever do that. Singapore has no resources. So Singapore doesn't have even water, drinking water as a resource. So Singapore is very dependent on their trust, which they built over the years. Singapore is very trusted by investors globally. And Singapore wouldn't, it would be an economical suicide to do so. So there would be, as fast as it became a first world country, there would be again a third world country if they would ever confiscate gold or silver. That's why, for us, Singapore is number one if it comes to, safe haven.
Wonderful. And also, you're not worried about any pressures from China in the event that you have a global conflict between China and the US/NATO.
No, I don't think so. I think Singapore is in a good position. Singapore always mention it and emphasize that they are not there to choose. They don't want to choose. The choice is not to choose. That means they are there and having good strategic relationships with the US and good strategic relationships with China. Singapore is, for example, the US is the biggest investor in Singapore. And in the other case, Singapore is the biggest investor in China. They have that shows already they have good relations with both, and they don't want to jeopardize it for the US, and they don't want to jeopardize it for China. So they are going well with both. They have also defense treaties with both countries. And it is so-called the Switzerland of Asia. But Singapore make it a little bit different than Switzerland. Singapore never said that they want to be neutral. They try to be neutral, but they always say they don't want to choose, or they don't want to be forced to choose. And they will always do what's the best in the interest of Singapore and Singaporeans.
Yes, and unlike Switzerland, they've never really frozen any assets, not even Russian assets, as far as I know, right? Singapore, whereas Switzerland did, so they have another plus.
That was, of course, unfortunately, a mistake, I would say. I don't like it that Switzerland did it. I like Switzerland as safe haven, and I think that was a big mistake to do so and not to stay neutral, which shows, and it lost a lot of trust in the world for investors. Even you don't need to be Russian to lose trust in Switzerland because of this move.
Right. Okay, now that we clarified this, let's go into some details on Silver Bullion process to open an account. I know that I've recently done this, and I know that there is one process to open an account, and then there is another process to upgrade to a star account. So perhaps it would be nice to give a little bit of overview of what's the difference and who is each account for.
Sure. So usually you will start with a basic account. When you go to silverbullion.com.sg, you can create or sign up for a basic account. which not much information is needed than your name and your email address and your phone number. This is sufficient to create a basic account. This basic account is also sufficient to buy bullion and pick them up at our retail store and take them home, which is more than enough. But of course, if you want to store with us, it is in your interest and in our interest that we know you better, that we know who you are and who is the owner of the bullion which are stored with us. That's why you need, after you created the basic account and you decided you don't need only a basic account, you want to store with silver bullion, you need a star storage account. As I explained before, STAR is an acronym which stands for secured, tax-free, allocated, and reserved. This is a KYC procedure. We need to know a little bit more about you. We need to know, of course, your full name. We need to know your date of birth, your passport number. We need to have a linked bank account. We need to have your residential address and a color copy of your passport. This makes sure that we know who you are. We did our KYC procedures. We checked on you. We checked that you are a suitable customer. Just to let you understand, of course, we have to follow international laws if it comes to money laundering, terrorist financing, and that's why we need to do our due diligence.
Okay, wonderful. And anyone can open an account irrespective of the place that they are. Are there any specific red flagged countries that people should be aware of if they are citizens of or residents of?
Unfortunately, yes, there is red flags, of course, with North Korea and Iran. We try to see, of course, if an Iranian person is not living in Iran and the North Korean is not living in North Korea, if there are ways with our compliance to open accounts, especially if they are residents of other so-called normal countries, then we try, of course, to help and see if it's possible. But then, we have just to do our normal due diligence if it's a high-risk country. And normally it's always known which are the high-risk FATF countries. We would still onboard them, but we might only ask a little bit more questions. We have to ask more questions. We have to do more thorough due diligence and enhanced due diligence.
Okay, understood. All right, so presumably that everything is okay. I know that the process to open a bank account, an account with silver bullion is straightforward. It takes very little time. I believe I got the confirmation of a fully active account in a couple of hours after I've gone through the whole procedure. And then I understand that I can fund the account only with cash, or I can fund it with cryptocurrencies, the cryptocurrencies that you mentioned at the end of your presentation.
Very good question. You can fund your account in 9 different fiat currencies, but you cannot fund it in cryptocurrencies. The reason why, you don't have a wallet with us. But you will have a cash balance with us. You can have funded in USD, Euro, Swiss franc, and so on. But you will not have a wallet with us. That means, but you can buy with cryptocurrency. That means you can fill your shopping cart with gold bars or silver bars, and you can proceed and pay your shopping cart with a cryptocurrency. This is possible.
Okay, so you can redeem gold.
Why we don't have it? The reason why we don't have it is, if you want to have stored with us cryptocurrencies, we will need to be MAS regulated. MAS is the central bank of Singapore, but we don't want to be MAS regulated, or to say we don't want to be a financial institution. A financial institution comes with more burden. We need to report more things about our customers, and our customers firstly don't like it, and we also don't like it. We don't want to report anything about our customers.
Okay, well, that brings the next question on reporting. So, is there any type of government reporting that you're doing on behalf of your clients at the moment for metals, metal ownership or purchase?
Not at all. As I mentioned, we are not a financial institution. We are regulated by the Ministry of Law. Luckily, it's under the Ministry of Law. And the understanding here in Singapore is that we are a commodity trader. So we are regulated by Ministry of Law and not by the Ministry of Finance or the central bank. So we are not so-called a financial institution. And if you are not a financial institution, you don't report anything to anyone. So we don't report even to the Singapore authority anything. Of course, we still need to do our due diligence. We need to do our homework, and we need to see that we are dealing only with proper people and clean institutions. Of course, we do that. We do our homework there. But we don't need to report anything. We don't report to OECD, FATCA, FBA, also no CRS. So nothing at all, which is, we don't need it, and we don't have even capital gain tax in Singapore. There is no need for it to report.
Okay, wonderful. Well, that cleared everything up, I guess, for everybody that had this worry. On redeeming gold, I understand that I can redeem physical gold. I can pick it up from Singapore if I live in Singapore, of course, but I could also redeem it anywhere in the world, or there are only specific places where I can ask for shipping, for physical shipping. What's the process there?
No, if you are storing with us and you decided after a while that you want the items to be shipped to your residential address, it is possible. Of course, you are the owner of this bullions, if it's gold or silver, and you can do with it whatever you want. So either you can come and pick it up, withdraw it from our vault, or you can say, ship it to me, and we would get a quotation from a secured shipping company. And as soon we have a quotation from the secured shipping company, we would show you the costs. And if you agree with it, we will ship it. We have cases that customers ship their items after long time storing with us to their home country.
Right. Okay. And you mentioned that all gold is segregated on each individual account holder, and they have a serial number that corresponds to each individual holder. So my gold bar, it's going to be only mine and mine only because it has a unique ID that identifies it so, right?
This is the only way how you can prove that you are owner of a specific gold bar. So we went from beginning the complicated way. In most cases, if you are buying from a bullion dealer, he gives you or he offers you an IOU. The reason why it's only an IOU, because you don't have a specific item. It's no description of the item, and you don't have a serial number. And if you don't have this, this speaks usually always for IOU. Yeah, you are totally right. We only do with full ownership. You own always physical items. You are the unquestioned owner, and you can always prove it even to international courts or even the Singapore court that you are the owner, which shows in the invoice, firstly, that you bought from us like 1 kg Heraeus with the serial number 123. And the good thing is, after you bought it and we gave you the invoice, you can log into your Silver Bullion account and you can download a picture of your own bar.
Wonderful. And I can come and schedule an appointment and check my box and make sure that whatever you've mentioned that it's on my name with that serial number is in my box with you, and I can see it, right? Whenever I want.
Definitely, yes. You can come and visit us and schedule an audit. And you can audit all the bullion which are stored with us. We have always customers who are coming and make a full audit here at the reserve. And we always welcome customers. It's not like in other vaults where you usually hear, oh, no, due to security reason, due to insurance reason, you are not able to visit the vault. Nobody knows where the vault. No, this is, to be honest, not true. In most cases, it is embarrassing how they store the gold and silver on your behalf, and or you are not the owner of physical items, and that's why they prefer you not to come.
Yeah, right. Is there a minimum grammage that I need to hold in order to have to have a serial number allocated?
If you want your own specific bar, then the smallest parcel would be a 50-gram bar.
Okay. And if I'm holding anything below 50 gram, how will you know that it is, what's the mechanism to segregate, let's say 10 grams on my behalf?
So yeah, we have of course small investors or even bigger investors who are using our star grams. With star grams, you are always a fractional owner of a specific bar, but you are sharing the ownership of a specific bar. So in this case, you and me, we can be owner of one 400-ounce gold bar or of a 1,000-ounce silver bar. You can own 5 kg of this 1,000-ounce bar, and I own 2 kg. But it's again, you are a legal owner of a specific bar, and you can see again this bar under your managed star holdings with a picture. You can see under the ownership list that you are the owner with a specific weight of a specific bar.
Okay, and
which is again out of our balance sheet. So even if we would go belly up, we are in a good financial situation, and it's unlikely that we are in trouble financially. But you never know. We are the only counterparty risk of our customers. So we need to save our customers from ourselves as well. And the way to do it is that we always offer out of our balance sheet. So that means it doesn't matter what customers buy from us, it is always out of our balance sheet. It is no more in our balance sheet. So if a liquidator would come to liquidate because we are in financial trouble, he wouldn't be allowed to touch your bar, and he wouldn't be also allowed to touch your star grams because you are a fractional owner of this specific bar.
Got it. Okay. I have a question here from Miha. Yeah. So if I'm understanding the difference, you cannot hold crypto funds on your account balance. However, you can pay for bullion with crypto as that transaction is processed instantly and crypto isn't sitting in your account. Do you confirm that this is correct?
Yeah, this is correct.
Okay.
And yeah, Miha, you don't want us to hold for you BTC or USDT, because if we do so, then we are licensed under MAS, as I mentioned before. Then we are licensed under the central bank. Then we are obliged to report. And I think it wouldn't be in your interest, and it wouldn't be in our interest.
Correct. All right, then Stefano asks about pricing, and we should spend a little bit of time discussing about it. There is a premium markup over spot, right? Every time you're buying and selling, and I saw that it's quite transparent. I mean, you can see whatever is the percentage over spot that you can buy or sell back. How do you? I guess the question is, how do you compare with other vault providers in terms of spreads? And is there any, in the event of a squeeze of a large sellback, let's say a large sale or a large purchase, how do you handle these situations in terms of spreads, of course?
Yeah, I think so. Firstly, we have very competitive spreads. And as you can see in our website, we always show it very transparent. We are not hiding anything. We show very transparent that you are buying, for example, for a 1 kg bar, you are buying it 0.4% above the spot price. And that when you are selling it, for example, you are selling it 1.7% below spot price. That we have nothing to hide. We can show it openly because I think we have very competitive pricing. Of course, if you are buying a bit more, you can, of course, message us or send us an email. Then we can have a look if it's a higher value. If you are purchasing for certain amount, we can have a look if we can make you even a more competitive offer if it's possible. But I think our pricing is very competitive, and yeah, that's why we are sharing it very transparently. And you can see if you just go to our product page how much we are buying above the spot price and how much we are selling or if you are selling below the spot price, or sometimes even spot price, or yeah, above spot price. So yeah, if it comes to a squeeze, there, of course, we are dependent on the market itself. We have situations. We bought silver when we had the silver shortage. We bought silver from customers above the spot price, way above the spot price. And yeah, as soon we have a squeeze, we need to follow the market. The reason why, it depends always for how much are we getting the bullion, for how much can we sell the bullion. So yeah, a very good question which I got once from a customer. He told me, what is when we have, or you have now a big amount of customers selling all their positions? How can you pay us back? Which is a very good and legit question. The reason, that's why you can see our buyback rates, because these are the buyback rates which we usually get from our suppliers. And we, to be honest, if 1,000 customers sell now for a few 100,000, we don't have that much liquidity just sitting on our bank account and waiting for sellbacks. Of course, we have our cash is all time working. It's cash flow which we need for our inventory. But in this case, we are very certain that we can cover it because our suppliers would buy it for the same rate as we show in our website.
Wonderful. Okay, and Stefano also asks if there are any other costs other than the spreads and the storage fees.
So no, we don't have any hidden costs. Sometimes we have surprised customers. They are surprised that if they transfer funds to us, for example, they transfer 100 euro, and that then on their cash balance will be only, for example, 90 euro. But this is not our cost. We don't charge you anything for it. This is, most of the time, it's a bank charges, which I have nothing to do with silver bullion. We will not charge you for that. We don't charge you transfer fees. But of course, when you withdraw your funds from our cash balance, we will use a bank, and the bank will have transfer fees. And this transfer fees, of course, you need to bear. But we don't have any hidden costs. Maybe there would be a hidden cost if you want, audit fee. If you want to audit all your bullions, there is a fee. But I don't see it as a hidden fee, because you can see the schedule of charges on our website. You just need to click under the tab resources. You can see all the schedule of charges. There is a withdrawal fee per parcel of $25. These are fees which are usually not mentioned in the surface, but these are not hidden fees.
Okay, and just to clarify, when you said auditing is self-audit, because you audit, you either way you do the audit, but if a client wants to bring their own auditor and do the audit of their metals or do it themselves, then they pay a fee, right? This is what you meant by the fee for audit.
Correct. There will be an audit fee. It's not that we want to get rich with auditing. It is time consuming. It takes time. We need a security officer, we need a vault operator, and we need a staff from Silver Bullion. So we need minimum 3 staff which are involved in the audit with the auditor or with the customer. And for that, we are asking for an audit fee. And another reason why we are asking for an audit fee, if we wouldn't ask for it, I wouldn't have time now to do with you this call now, because I would be busy doing audits because they are for free.
Yeah, right. Fair enough. We're all capitalists. I think we understand very well the concept. Well, the next question I have here is to talk a little bit about the Silver Saver program at reduced premiums. I know that there is somewhat a perceived bullishness, at least on behalf of Silver Bullion, towards silver. And of course, it's called Silver Bullion, not Gold Bullion. So if you can talk to us a little bit about the perspectives on silver and what this program is all about.
Yeah, the name Silver Bullion comes from, of course, our founder and CEO, Gregor Gregerson. In the financial crisis 2008, Lehman Brothers, he was looking for himself for silver. And there was always a squeeze of silver. It wasn't easy to get silver. And when he got finally some silver, he kept it for a while. And then he saw, okay, there is more demand. There are more people who are asking for silver. And then he started selling it at the MRT station, train station. He gave the customers silver. They gave him cash. And this is the way how Silver Bullion was born. That's why the name Silver Bullion. But yeah, of course, we believe in silver. We think silver is highly undervalued. If you look, we have a gold-silver ratio of 1 to 89. So that means you get for 1 ounce of gold, for 1 ounce of gold, you will get 89 ounces of silver. This shows how undervalued silver is, and especially if you know that the resources on Mother Earth are only 1 to 16. And silver is the all-around talent. Silver is used all over the world for almost all kinds of applications. In your laptop is silver. We wouldn't be able to talk now without silver. We have silver almost everywhere. And that's why silver is highly in use. And we have already, you can feel already the silver shortages. And that's why we think, silver will be rising and it will anytime shoot up. It has no other ways. Even if it will not de-link from the paper silver, you will see anytime if we still have ongoing manipulations, you will still anytime see then there will be a higher premium. That means the premium will rise. You will have a spot price, which is the paper price, and above you can buy then only silver, I say 10, 20 or 50% above the spot price. And I think when we have silver squeezes like we had in 2021, everyone could feel it. Everyone could see it that, we were even as a bullion dealer, we bought from our customers silver back 10% above spot price.
Okay. And by the Silver Saver program at reduced premium, you mean that you try to offer silver at a lower spread towards spot, or what's the aim here? What's the program about?
Yes. So in our star grams, you can see star grams is very, very competitive in all 3 metals which we offer. We offer star grams for silver, gold, and platinum. To be honest, we started with star grams with gold. So our first product was star gold grams, and we offer it for a very competitive spread of 2% only. So that means you can buy always gold for 2% above the spot price, and you can always sell it at spot price. And for silver, silver has always a higher premium. For silver, it's only 4%. So, and if you look, 1,000-ounce bar, is between 1.5 to 4% of premiums above the spot price. But you can buy silver grams, already 25 grams for 4% above the spot price. And yeah, as soon you make your profit, you can sell it at spot price. And we aim to keep it always this way. We hope we can always keep it at spot price, that you always sell at spot price. Of course, I cannot promise it. We try our very best and we never changed it. It has always to do with market conditions. But as for now, we never changed it. We always buy it back. It doesn't matter if it's silver, gold, or platinum. We buy it always at spot price back. So that's why we can aim for good spreads. So you can see gold 2%, silver 4%, and for platinum 5%.
Understood. Great. Well, the next thing I wanted to discuss a little bit is about the peer-to-peer liquidity service. And you've touched a little bit in your presentation on how it works. What I wanted to focus on is mainly any safety nets for people who aren't necessarily interested in encumbering their metals or expose themselves to, let's say, encumbered metal that has gone extremely undervalued. And well, the scenario that we discussed offline was that I collateralize my metal at 10,000 and I get 60% loan to value ratio, right, in cash, and then gold suddenly crashes 70%, no announcements, and there's not enough time to margin calls, etc. The question is, are the other holders who have not borrowed against their metals or encumber their metals affected, and how do you ensure this?
No, definitely not. So it's only the borrower who encumbered his metals for a loan who will be affected. In your case, yeah, as you mentioned, you would have $10,000 worth of gold stored with us, and you are borrowing in this case $6,200. If the LTV will drop and yeah, we wouldn't have time for a margin call. Yeah, as you know, silver bullion will and have the right to sell back the metals as soon as we reach 110%. And yeah, we will do so just to secure and save the lender. But yeah, no other bullion would be involved. It would be only your bullion, Denisa, because we have sufficient bullion from you, which we would sell back, sufficient enough to cover the lender, that we cover him plus interest rate and the admin fee for silver bullion. That's why 110%.
Yes, right. All right. Well, I think I've gone through most of my questions. I see that there are no further questions in the chat. Are there any final thoughts, comments, things that you'd like to leave the people with as we're wrapping this up?
Yeah, I would say, yeah, please just go ahead, open an account with Silver Bullion, silverbullion.com.sg, sign up. It doesn't cost you anything to have an account with us. Costs are only involved as when you are buying and when you are storing. To have an account, there will be no fees involved. So it's good to have an account and to start just studying our website, learn about silver bullion, understand us. If you have further questions, please feel free to contact our sales team, our customer support team, just under sales@silverbullion.com.sg. And I think, yeah, we can offer you also a PDF about our P2P brochure, which I shared with you already, Denisa. I can also share with you our product and service guide. Maybe customers can come to our website and download it, or they can find it via your website.
Wonderful. Yes, I'll make sure to post the brochure on the members forum, and also for the paid Mavericks members that have access to Mavericks Social, they will find all the details on how to redeem their special rates from Silver Bullion there. We will be posting the link in the replay of this webinar.
Yeah.
Abi?
Yes, please.
Thank you.
So if you are a member, paid member, please you can just contact our customer service team. Tell them that you are a paid member, and they are happy already to help you. And usually they will just ask you for the invoice, and you will be immediately upgraded to tier 3 pricing and the storage discount.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Abe. This was great discussion, very insightful. If there are any follow-up questions, we'll let you know and we'll follow up with you. Thank you very much once again.
Great. Looking forward for that. Thank you very much.
Bye.